Hi, this is Olin with MoreWine and MoreWine Pro, and today we're talking Speidel tanks. And I love these tanks so much, I'm so excited to talk about them, I don't even know where to start. We've been selling these tanks for probably 20 years. This is a German-made tank that Speidel's a fifth generation company still being operated today by Stefan and Fabian Speidel, who are in the engineering, designing, and still actively involved in the company. I've been to trade shows all over the world. I've never seen a nicer tank than Speidel tanks. I've been to factories all over the world. I've never seen a nicer factory than the Speidel factory. Laser welding, really a lot of machinery to make these nice jackets that we'll talk about. Excellent welding, molded bottoms, just really the highest quality wine tank that you can get. And we always say that these exceed customers' expectations. We never have problems with Speidel wine tanks. That's probably one of the reasons that they offer a 25-year warranty on their tanks, which is also backed in the US by MoreWine, MoreWine Pro. Today we're looking at an 1100 liter variable volume tank. Now we sell variable volume and we sell sealed, and they both have their applications. Variable volume tanks are really flexible because the lid actually lowers down in the tank and seals at any height that you want. So if you have a half a tank of wine, you can bring it down and you can rest your lid. We always recommend to rest the lid just a little bit above the volume, not directly on it, because if the tank's in an environment where it's cooling and heating, that sometimes can expand and force the lid up. So we leave just a little bit of gap, which we always flush with inert argon. That can be done before and or after you lower the lid. So as compared with a sealed tank, if you had a sealed tank 1100 liters or much larger, and you're trying to fill a tank halfway full, you got to be really diligent about trying to purge it with argon. So the variable volume tank just adds a lot of flexibility into your winery. The Speidel finish is really beautiful. It doesn't get marks on it. It's really easy to clean, so it always looks, got a lot of customers who buy Speidel tanks just for the looks, just because they really are a beautiful tank and craftsmanship. This tank features a rectangular manway that is positioned to get grape skins out. So it's in particular also a really great fermenter where it's not too tall that you can't get up and punch down, but then you can open up the manway and you can get your skins out. We also sell versions that have a white wine manway, and that's a classic Speidel manway oval that fits right in the middle. That would be above, and that would be for white wine storage. One of the best features of the Speidel tanks is the molded bottom with the complete drain. So you can see that it's actually punched and then another punch for the complete removal of wine so that the tank completely drains. So Speidel is known throughout the world for the quality of their finish. They use a 2R bright annealed finish, and that's a finish that's created during the manufacturing of the stainless steel. Sometimes you'll hear about a mirror polish finish on some Italian or perhaps Chinese tanks or made elsewhere, and that's going to be a finish that is hand polished afterwards. It's never quite as nice as the bright annealed 2R. And that finish is really great for removing tartrates. And so they're known in the wine industry where you can come in and actually spray down your tank without having to get in and hand scrub tartrates off the wall. Another feature of the Speidel tank interior is that it's robotically welded. So you're not going to see a lot of hand welds that have to be ground and polished. It's just perfect in the first pass. And that includes the seam weld up through the middle of the tank, as well as where the dish bottom is welded to the walls. One of the features I absolutely love about the Speidel tanks is the white gasket. This is a feature unique to Speidel, and why I love it so much is that the seam on the actual gasket is really smooth compared to the clear gaskets where it actually has a fold that makes it almost impossible to 100% seal. So sometimes we'll see people who have gotten an Italian tank that's got a clear gasket in it, and they'll say, well, I didn't have any oxidation problems, my wine is all right. But we've actually seen in our winery in the past where with the clear gasket, we tested it, and we actually have videos up on the channel as well showing that difference. They don't seal perfectly, and what we found with the clear gaskets in the variable volume tanks over time is that we lost fruit in the wine. So you may not be seeing complete oxidation, but you do lose some quality for sure. One of the absolute key features of the Speidel tank is their dimpled jacket. This cooling jacket hooks up to your glycol chiller to maintain temperatures. The unique feature about this jacket is that it holds up to 6 bar, and that's really incredible and important for when you're connecting to, let's say, a cryer chiller that also generates high pressure. So if you've got a glycol chiller for your whole winery, it has to be high pressure to get it all the way around. If you don't have a jacket that holds up to past 3 bars, then you've got to down regulate the pressure at each tank coming in, which adds considerable expense. These jackets are also low volume. That's really by design so that you don't have a lot of fluid running through all your tanks, and you have to have a lot more glycol in your system. It doesn't require massive volumes in the jacket to do efficient cooling. So this is the complete drain valve on this Speidel tank. This one is 1.5 inches. It's going to depend on the size of the tank. Some tanks, larger tanks, use a 2-inch TC fitting. Then we've also got a side port here, in this case also 1.5-inch TC. But what's unique about Speidel is that they've got a reinforcement plate here. This is really important. If you get a butterfly valve on a tank where the ferrule is welded directly into the tank wall, and you open up that butterfly valve hundreds or thousands of times, it's likely that at some point you're going to get a crack. So reinforcing it makes it extremely strong. It's also really useful if you're trying to put in a stir. Stirrs really are heavy, and so to clamp them onto a tank without having a reinforcement plate is not a good idea. On the sample valve and the thermometer, it's a DIN fitting. This is a standard fitting in Germany, and for these accessory ports we really love the DIN because it's just easy to take off, clean, and reapply. There's a lot of engineering that goes into Speidel tanks. The gauge or thickness of the metal is determined by the volume of the tank, and the legs on this tank are folded in for strength and then welded onto a plate that has a hole in it that can be bolted down into your winery floor. Okay, to move your variable volume lid out of the way, there's a lever here, and as you bring it up, you just swing it out. This is particularly handy for doing a punch down or for cleaning. Speidel offers a stainless hand pump, which is a nice upgrade over some of the metal chrome-plated versions that are out there. The Speidel hand pump sits in just a easy to remove bracket. When you want to go ahead and pump it up, you release the gasket here so you can pump into the system. You pump up your lid until you get into the green area, which means that you have adequate pressure. Close the valve and stick it back into the holder. We always recommend coming and checking your variable volume tanks at least once a month for pressure. We carry a lot of Speidel sizes in stock, and so you can always check the website for what's available. You can also talk to one of our sales agents. You can call into CS, and if you're building larger scale project where you need multiple tanks, we'll have a winery specialist call you back. It's a great time to think about ordering a Speidel tank in the fall of the previous year. That way we can work out dimensions and exactly what you're looking for, offer drawings, and get a firm commitment. Then we order the tank in the spring for delivery before the following wine season.